Okay. Is someone calling us right now?
Amy.
Going.
Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime.
Son of a...
Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Almost threw that in my coffee.
I almost did. I apologize. That's my bad. That's on
Smelling
me.
salt to coffee. Not good.
Yeah, if you heard, I didn't realize my microphone was on when I went, you son of a... I was yelling at Jay because he started the salt late.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Detroit Cast, everybody. Start the clock, god damn it! Oh, he's about to hang up on someone. Come on over. You're good.
Oh, yeah. I thought I put it on hold.
Yeah. You put him on air.
I hear heavy breathing.
I do too. Who's there?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Andy.
Eddie, yeah.
Hey, Andy.
Andy or Eddie?
Andy.
Hey,
Andy.
it's Jay and Mike here. How you doing?
Mike and Jay. How you doing, Andy?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yep. Not much. Just going to lunch from work and listened to the cast this morning. Heard you giving away some tickets.
You did. Are you interested in going to the Grand Prix Saturday?
The Grand
Oh,
Prix.
yeah, for sure.
You are.
For sure.
All right.
Been to it before. It was a long time ago when it was downtown.
Are you a fan of Three Doors Down?
Yes.
You are? Okay. Should we hook him up with some tickets?
Absolutely. Hey, so Andy, you haven't been since it's been on Belle Isle then?
No, I have not.
Okay. This will be good. Good experience for you.
I haven't been since the 80s.
We haven't figured out yet exactly how to get you these tickets. Andy, I don't know. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Fenton.
Fenton.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, can you give E your information and we'll give you a buzz after the show?
Sure.
Okay. All right, E, can you take care of my man?
Have a great time, man. Thanks for listening.
Have fun, dude. Thanks. You literally
yeah.
called at the intro of the show, so people are going to be pissed if other people wanted to call in. So hold tight, pal.
All right.
Wow.
There we go.
Honestly, I thought we were going to be sitting with a pair of tickets. I didn't expect that literally as we started the show, someone would call.
12:01.
Great. Hey, we'll take it, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Detroit Cast on a Friday, even though it seems still like a Thursday to us because we were just here, I don't know, hours ago.
Feels like it, yeah.
Doing this show. So, we're making a special exception and recording today's show much earlier than usual just because Big E is going off to Vegas this afternoon. And
you might hear him talking in the background.
Yeah, extremely
off mic,
loud.
of course.
So.
But
Dude, into the mic, you son of a bitch.
There's not like exactly like.
what?
1 second.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah, slow down.
I can't. I can't. My hearing is so shot that I can't hear on phones. So when people say things, I always have to. I don't know.
What? I can't hear you.
Exactly.
There's a show in the background that won't shut up.
There's not
Making
like
it
it's
hard
not
to
like a
hear back
screening room over there. That's 5 feet away.
It's 25 feet away.
You know what? Every time
Sorry, Andy.
this
Is my bad. I've got these assholes that won't shut up in the background. They're just blah, blah, blah over there while we're trying to have a professional conversation.
I can't. Whatever. Now Monster's upset.
Got a poos. Upset the poos.
You did upset the poos. Speaking of Big E, should we call his weekend success story?
Yes.
I don't know why. I want to talk to this girl more
Katrina.
than anyone. Yeah, Katrina. You want to dial her up and then we'll get to whatever's going on because I want to be able to call her a couple times. Actually, you know what, E? Should we call her from my phone?
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
I have a feeling that I would not answer this. If I saw this call come into my cell phone with an
1-888 fuckface.
Yeah, like a 866 number or 844 number. I don't know that I'd answer it.
No way I would.
So I don't want to give her my number, but what are you going to do?
She probably won't pick up my number.
Why would she?
Oh, boy.
Damn it, Marcel. God damn it, Marcel.
Marcel! Sorry, we're gonna be a little slap happy today. This is not our usual start time. We apologize. All right, E.
Just to reset, this was E's comedy groupie from Saturday night, right?
Sunday
Yes.
night.
Sunday night. Ooh, a Sunday night groupie. This has to be serious.
Is that an 8-0?
Yes.
All right.
So he allegedly got a reach around from this chick.
Not a.
Yep.
You know,
So we want to hear generally how that went, I guess.
Yeah. I'm dying to know what she was thinking, how old she is, if she's legal.
How many fucking drugs she was on.
Yeah. All right. Let's. Katrina, right?
yes.
Yeah. You never know.
Huh.
It says it's calling, but it's not actually going yet. So.
Dude, that happens on my. That happens sometimes. I guess I don't know. Does it ever happen on your phone? It does on mine.
Where all of a sudden they just pick up.
Well, no, it will be calling. It will say it's calling, and then it's just dead silence, and it will even connect the call.
I would say
And
that's atypical. I think I've experienced it
Yeah, it
once or
does.
twice.
no, yeah, it doesn't happen
At
that
the
often.
tone,
Oh.
please record your message.
God damn it!
Finished recording.
Yeah.
Does she have a job or something?
Probably, I'm guessing.
Well, remind me at the break. We'll call her again.
Yeah, we will.
We'll do our best to get a hold of her. And anyway,
Before we
to
get
the
started,
show.
Mike, we got to mention the Amazon tab
Go
as
ahead.
well. Homepage, please use our Amazon tab. If you're shopping through Amazon anyway, why not do it through our portal? It gives us a nice little kickback, and it doesn't cost you anything more. So it's a nice way to donate to the show. Please use it. Just click on the Amazon tab. It takes you exactly to the Amazon homepage that you're familiar with seeing. Do your shopping, and that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Helps us out.
Sounds good to me. More people are calling, by the way. Is that all we had to do? Is give away some tickets to get people calling? Put them on hold. Who is it? E?
He's such an ass. On hold, I guess, or
something.
whatever.
You might need to put it on air.
Well, I didn't know if you wanted
Who is it?
Brandon.
Brandon?
Yeah,
Poor Brandon.
probably on a screen. There we go.
Hmm.
I don't know how to do it.
Air to the right.
Oh, there we go.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hey, man.
Hey, Brandon. It's Jay and Mike. How you doing?
Mike and Jay here.
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Well, to quite well, right in that range.
I would say medium well to well.
What's
Right in
going
that
on?
range?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right in that range.
Nothing much. I'm at work making a delivery right now.
What are you delivering?
Jimmy John's.
Oh,
Nice. I like Jimmy John's. I like the number 9. No tomatoes,
Number
of
9?
course. Yeah. Anyway,
Add hot peppers.
what's that?
Add hot peppers.
No, you can keep the hot peppers. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
what are you calling about?
I was calling about the race tickets. I was just listening about 20 minutes ago. I started the podcast, today's podcast, and heard you guys.
Yeah, well,
had the calling around noon.
unfortunately, someone beat you to the punch, dude. We already had someone claim them.
Oh, that bastard.
I know. You got in here literally as the intro of the show hit, so I apologize, but I'm glad you're listening.
Yeah, definitely listening.
All right.
yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no problem. I've got an awesome Normcore shirt I'm mailing in for Big E. I was going to donate it to the Salvation Army, but I figured we'd skip the middleman and just give it straight to him.
What is it?
It's a soccer shirt, but it says Sizzle Pro Cleaning on it.
Sizzle Pro Cleaning?
Nice. Those are perfect.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love those little soccer things or something like a team sport that, like some little kid sport that no one would have known about. So those are actually perfect.
What size is it?
Yeah, it's a large.
Oh, perfect.
All right.
Hopefully it'll fit, the doughy suppleness.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, we can't all be in shape like you, Brandon. I'm sure you're fit.
Oh, yeah. Don't fit anymore, that's for sure.
Well, thanks for listening, man. I appreciate it, Brandon. We all appreciate it. And sorry we couldn't hook you up with tickets, but someone stole them from you. Take it up with him.
It'll be all right.
All right, dude. Well, have a good weekend.
All right,
Thanks.
guys.
Thanks again. All right, man.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yep.
All right.
Wow.
Dare I say?
A big show today. Got a little, well, I wish I could say a lot to get to. I was hoping we could get a hold of E's whore. I mean, girl.
Oh,
Girl.
oh,
Not-
oh.
I didn't mean
I
that.
spoke.
That's on me. That was my bad.
Cretina.
Cretina. You don't even know her
Katrina's a
name.
respectable lady.
Yeah, it sounds like it. She took on you, Biggie. We do have a lot to get to. We got a couple teachers in some hot water. We got a soda tax, an update on a soda tax out of Berkeley, California. Sarnov's accomplice, what they're going after him for. Remember the three buddies that were in college with him?
Yeah, he basically told him to hide his backpack or some evidence or something.
Yeah, or take what you want out of my room. Those guys. Tracy Morgan meant to do this the other day, settled that deal with Walmart. What?
It's just funny because I haven't thought about him since that accident. I forgot that he was even around.
Well, it's weird. He was in Top 5, the Chris Rock movie.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, was that filmed before the accident or something? Although he was sitting the whole time he was in that movie, so maybe not. I mean, you would think that was done well after that accident.
I don't remember the nature of the injuries. What were they all like? Leg
injuries? Well, he couldn't walk.
Hmm.
He couldn't walk for the longest
time. Not like
time.
a broken neck or anything like that.
No, I don't know. But he did have broken bones and ribs, and he was in a wheelchair for a long time. I don't know if that's played up because there's a court case coming. But whatever. They settled out of court with Walmart. Out of court being the key there. So we'll get into that. Upstaging at weddings. More FIFA news, and I gotta say, Jay,
hate the story.
I hate the story. I hate doing stories that I don't get behind, and it's such a big story you almost have to do it. But I hate the story.
Okay, let's do it quick and move on then.
I think the problem is there's not a good cast of characters that I can get behind.
Sven Svensson.
I know, but I don't know Sven Svensson, and until he comes out and goes.
I know.
The FIFA people were wonderful. They were all great. Draw your swords and slay the best.
Until we get a Don Sterling or there's got to be a character in here. I imagine they're all,
and there's not like a ton of like outrage. There's nothing. I mean, I guess this thing was so far off in 2022 where you're like, oh yeah, I would have loved the World Cup then, but it's not like this tangible, immediate like loss where you feel like, oh, we totally, this happened. Somebody got hurt. It's just kind of like, oh, fucking rich guys moving money around. I don't know.
Exactly. And I think that's the problem too. It's rich guys moving money around. Yeah. And white collar crimes, while they can be sexy, there's usually, but this one doesn't seem to have that sex, drugs, and rock and roll feel to it. It's just like a bunch of rich guys paying each other off and jacking each other off to,
and it's not a
move things around.
surprise either. That's the thing. Everybody knew it was happening. So it's just kind of like, yeah, okay, they're busting them.
Yeah. Well, today's reports are that Vladimir Putin, is backing the president of FIFA.
Well, he feels he's taken this personally because his bid is being put into question, the 2018 bid.
Yeah,
and that's the one that England thought they were going to get, and then at the last minute it went to Russia. So I remember there was outcry at that point.
So what does that mean? Does that mean a place like Russia just paid more than England was going to pay?
That's the feeling.
Yeah. And so it seems like almost sour grapes in a way, because if you lose to Qatar in a bidding war with the United States loses, it's like, well, I don't know who to feel bad for there. It's like, was America not paying money?
Right. No, that's the assumption, right? Is that we were doing it right. We were trying to put together a good bid, and then the other side just comes in and
pays
moves money around and steals it from you.
Okay. Well, that would make sense. But if it was somewhere we're both offering big money and they just go with the highest bid.
No, I don't think so. I don't think the DOJ would be able to get behind this issue if our country if it was known that our country somehow was paying money and just didn't pay enough. I don't think this would be going anywhere.
Maybe. But yeah, Vladimir Putin is standing behind Sepp Blatter and accuses the United States of meddling in the wake of the scandal. Putin accused the U.S. of yet another blatant attempt to extend its jurisdiction to other states, claiming the charges against the 9 FIFA officials were a clear attempt to block Blatter's re-election as the president on Friday. That's supposed to happen today. Putin said the U.S. was self-interested in harassing people. It looks very strange. The arrests were carried out on the request of the USA side. God, people hate us.
Yeah.
They just hate America.
Well, it doesn't really apply. The current administration has stepped back so much from trying to, they've been so careful not to meddle elsewhere in the world. And they take this view that we're not exceptional in any way, and therefore we shouldn't be in the affairs of others. That this really, if this was under the GW administration, maybe Putin has a point. Like, hey, stay out of everybody else's business. But dude, for the last 6 years, come on, we've not done shit around the world.
That's true. They're accused of corruption. Who is? International officials? I can suppose that someone broke some rules. I don't know, but definitely it's got nothing to do with the USA.
See, that just shows a different culture. You know, he's used to his country. Yeah, rules are broken. That's how things work. You know, palms get greased.
Yeah.
You can just tell from that quote that that's just an acceptable thing.
Mm-hmm. Those officials are not U.S. citizens. If something happened, it was not in the U.S. and it has nothing to do with them. That's totally what that's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, mind your own fucking business. We got some corruption to run over here. Leave us out of it. It's another clear attempt by the U.S. to spread its jurisdiction elsewhere. The U.S. use these methods to achieve their self-interested aims, and they do it illegally. They harass people. I don't rule out that the same is happening regarding FIFA. Visa has come out. I love all these sponsors that come out afterwards and are outraged. Yeah, we're outraged. It's like, I
can't believe this.
The viewers are there, Visa. Don't worry, you're getting yours worth. Don't you pay to sponsor said event. Don't worry about that. But they all have to come out and act like, this is an outrage.
Make their statement, right? Just so everybody knows on record where Visa stands.
Yeah, Visa is against corruption and collusion. We are not for that. Nike's coming out. It's like, wait a minute. Weren't you the place that was having sweatshops like a week ago all over the world, paying people 2 cents an hour to do your fucking shoe building? Now all of a sudden, you're outraged. This is an outrage. We're keeping very close eye on this.
Yeah, I was ready to toss away my Nikes and my Visa cards.
Were you? Yeah,
I was ready.
I'm sure most people are. As a sponsor, we expect FIFA to take swift and immediate steps to address these issues within its organization. Blah, 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 blah. Said Visa.
Why couldn't they could just use that exact statement and just throw it down the line to all the companies?
It's like running for a president. We watched, was it Santorum yesterday who announced his presidency? And these people it's such a stock vanilla horseshit. Don't get any trouble. Look at my beautiful wife, and here's my cute white daughter, and they're dressed appropriately. Skirt's not too low, and we are going to end taxes for all citizens. And it is important.
Taxes.
No more taxes. And I'm telling you what, when I take office, the VA will look after our military men, because as someone who's been in the military, I know what it takes. And I will fix this across the board. And illegal immigrants won't get into my country on my watch. I mean, they all just blather this horse shit. It's like, you can't live up to any bullshit you're saying right now. You can't possibly live up to this shit. According to every one of you, taxes are going to be lowered across the board. Jobs for everybody. Everybody prospers. Everybody wins because you've got all the answers. Bullshit.
Chocolate milk in every drinking fountain.
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody would be interested in doing that shit. Going around giving hundreds of those speeches. Just blathering.
Just the same thing with this plastic doll-like family standing behind you, just all smiles like, yay.
And if you're the family, don't you step in and go, dude, no, we're not down with this. You know how disruptive this would be to our family and how this is going to affect us. We've all got to be lily white for the next 20 years.
Yeah. And the game has changed so much with the advent of social media and things like that, where it used to be that the presidential families were off limits for the most part, the kids especially. But nowadays, kids can't even be kids even a little bit. You can't even go get drunk with your buddies at 18 years old and do something stupid. Like, it's just like, this is an outrage. My family would never stand for this. Look at the behavior in the White House. It's like, yeah, they're doing what kids fucking do. Relax. But everybody's got to act like they're perfect. This whole symbol of perfection on every level drives me out of my mind. And seeing the cameras follow them around and acting like this is normal and proper behavior, it's just disgusting. Nobody acts like that. Nobody is that guy. I'd much prefer to some guy went, yeah, you know what? If you don't work that hard, you're probably going to get fucked in the whole money thing. It's just the way it goes in this country. I'm sorry. God bless America. But yeah, the VA thing, that is a fucking disaster. We all feel bad about it. I'll look into it. Honestly, what I can personally do about it, probably not a whole lot. It's like a multi-billion-dollar mess. And, you know, like I said, I'll take a look at it, but no guarantees. I mean, odds of me being able to fix that, fuck.
There's going to be a lot on my plate. So it'll be one of those things. We'll see, man. We'll see what we can do.
Kids' lunches, really, I don't give a shit. That's kind of on the parents to deal with. So, you know, that's on you guys. That's not on President Walters at all. And with that,
now there's Officer Walters, President Walters.
well, I'm moving up the ladder.
Dr. Walters.
Dr.
Walters.
Walters.
That's right. Sex therapist Walters, school administrator Walters.
When do you have time to earn all these degrees and titles?
Who's got time for degrees? I got shit to do. I got shit to check off the list. I don't have time to waste in school.
It's all just common sense. He's
Okay.
just driven by common sense.
Thank
Never
you.
mind.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It
It's
just seems like trying to appease everybody in every situation and come off as perfect all the time. It's like, no, let's just cut through the horse shit and just go, yeah, there's a big percentage of people that are just kind of fucked. They we can't delete them. So we just kind of have to put up with that obnoxious shit going on over here. Let's just put blinders on again and pretend we don't see that mess that really nobody can do anything about anyways. So let's
true.
just focus on these people over here. Middle class is kind of getting more fucked too. I don't really know what I can do about that, but I'll look into it. And God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Woo!
And then everyone goes, you think I
See,
could?
that's something I could get behind. Yeah. It'd be refreshing to hear, Mike.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Anyway, this FIFA story, I hope gets a lot better. But these people that come out and feel the need to just jump on the easy. Coca-Cola's come out and made a statement. Well, I wonder if they had something interesting to say about this. Let's see. We expect FIFA to continue to address these issues thoroughly. FIFA has stated that it is responding to all requests for information, and we are confident it will continue to cooperate fully with authorities. Well, thank God we got Coca-Cola's response. That said a whole lot of absolutely
They're on
nothing.
record now.
Wow. Again, I was about to stop drinking Coca-Cola. Well, actually, I like Pepsi better anyway. So it wouldn't have changed my drinking habits, but some might have.
Adidas. We are fully committed to creating a culture that promotes the highest standards of ethics and compliance. And we expect the same from our partners.
Shut the
Following
fuck up.
today's news, we can therefore only encourage FIFA to continue to establish and follow transparent compliance standards in everything they do.
Corporate speak.
Wow, that I'm glad we got that on record from Adidas. I was worried. I didn't know how Adidas was going to feel about this, and it sounds like they're really holding them to the fire. That's good to know. McDonald's. We take matters of ethics and corruption very seriously.
Jesus.
And the news from the
fuck.
U.S. Department of Justice is extremely concerning. We are in contact with FIFA on this matter. We will continue to monitor the situation very closely.
Oh.
Well, thank God. Thank God. Are you also monitoring the situation of your fucking food killing people? Your
That's
50
fine.
cent hamburgers destroying people,
That's fine,
turning
Mike.
nations into fat pieces of shit.
Supersize Me. You guys
Yeah.
watch that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was hard for me to watch.
I
It hits
didn't
a
want
little
to
close
watch
to home. I gotta be honest.
it. I didn't want to watch it.
There's another guy that did one of those McDonald's things where he ate it every day for 6 months and lost weight.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, I think it's one of those things. Not that I'm going on record. I'm for healthy eating at McDonald's, but if you wanted to, you could eat healthier at McDonald's and eat in moderation and lose weight. I don't think that surprises anyone, right? You get the chicken sandwich and you get a little side salad and you do that 3 times a day.
Don't
you
use the dressing.
Yeah, there would be ways.
Get a water.
I just love this idea that we see this all the time with people. It's like the fake things that come out whenever there's a tragedy. Oh, we are deeply sorry, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the families and the victims and blah. It's like, really, did that need to be said? Can we come up at least with a make it look like you're trying? There's some sort of attempt to maybe sort of, instead of just go with old faith. This one seems to work. No one seems to have a problem with this one. Thoughts and prayers and all that shit.
Justifying their jobs, man. There's a PR department, right? And that's what they do.
Is that lawyers or PR?
It's PR.
But did some lawyer sit on and pen that first?
No, that's what PR people do.
Yeah.
They pen dumb shit like that. Oh, we are against corruption. And I mean, that's just, dude, that's somebody's job. Somebody sits there and writes shit like that.
It's so irritating. Is anybody else irritated? Am I the only one that's irritated by that shit? Maybe most people just look right past it.
Yeah, it's just noise. It's white noise.
Yeah. But
I would get to that point in the
yeah.
article. I wouldn't even read that shit.
Right.
99% of people don't.
Well, I do it now because it started to annoy me a little bit, and I'm waiting for there to be some change, something worth. And it's like, it's literally like they copy and paste and just post that at the end of their.
Why would you do anything risky? You do everything absolutely safe. That's the safest move you can make. You make a stance against it,
right?
You throw it out there, and then it's done. To
Yeah.
the extent there was a minor little fire, a little ember, in brewing there.
Yeah.
Boom, it's out.
Yeah. But what if you don't? What if you don't do that and Adidas just goes, yeah, we kind of all knew this was going on and fuck off. Whatever. We sell shoes. So
And that's the biggest story. That's a bigger story than the corruption of FIFA.
I would go buy Adidas that day, personally.
Would
Yes. Well, no, I don't like Adidas. But if Nike said something cool like that, I'd at least respect
so as long
that
as
it's
they
like,
went along with
here's the problem I have with it. That I know it's bullshit and they don't mean what they're saying. It's just a thing like, well, we have to get this on the record that we stand against corruption. Well, thanks, genius. Thanks. My point is it really necessary? Is it really necessary? Do the American people or people around the world feel the need to like, wow, I wonder what Nike feels about this?
Yeah, because asshole reporters are digging into every little nuance of this story. And if you don't make a comment and everybody else does, all the other sponsors do, it's like, oh my God, what is Adidas doing? Why haven't they said anything? Are they part of this? Are they, okay with this? They haven't said that they're not.
And if I was Adidas's PR person, I would come out and go, yeah, I think it goes without saying, fucking asshole, that we are against corruption. We didn't feel the need to put out a blanket statement like every one of these sheep over here that said the same goddamn thing. Every one of them in every press conference they've ever had says the same line every fucking time. We stand against this. Wow. Congratulations. You deserve a medal, McDonald's, because you don't stand for corruption. Wow. Congratulations. You really said a lot there. That's Adidas' stand. Thank you. Good day. And I'll end my press conference there. Why won't anyone hire me to be their press guy? I could do a great job with this.
I would, but I don't have anything to hire you to do.
Jason Paul.
It's just I
love it.
Dumb tree to bark up. I mean, make the fucking issue the damn statement, have a PR guy, a junior level dude, draft the thing out, give it to his boss. Yes, boom, go.
Yeah.
Run with it, issue it, done. Why would you take on risk and take on a different view and stand up and fuck it, man. Fuck that. I don't give a shit what McDonald's says. We're Adidas and fuck off everyone. Why the hell would you do that?
That's not my point. My point is that this need to like dig and find, like, they're not going to say anything. My point is they're not going to say anything controversial ever. These people. Why would they? So why say anything at all?
Because it just begs more digging. What you put out the fire.
I know.
What are you lying about? E, is that wrong?
Mike said, I won't be able to say it better than Mike said. I'm pretty much exactly on Mike's opinion on it.
You guys, that's so stupid. If you're the company, you just issue a fucking 3-line thing and you're done.
I get it, but he's right. I'm the same with Mike. You're right. I get it, but
it's the
how is he right?
It's the insincerity of it that we all and we're as guilty. We all play this game where we pretend to have, it's the outrage that's pretended to be had at every level, where we feel the need to go through this cycle.
I don't think this is a great example. I get that's your stance on things, but this is like a fucking no brainer. You just rattle off a three sentence thing and you're done. I don't get where you guys are, why you're latching onto this and running with it.
Well, I don't know. I explained it. Explain what I feel like, but anyway,
it's moronic. E.
I think the other way is moronic, though.
Okay,
I'm siding with Mike on that.
Good luck running a business.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm never going. Who cares? I'm never going to.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they're a multi-billion-dollar business.
That doesn't mean it's okay. See, the thing.
Yeah, it does, dude.
No, it
that's
doesn't.
That's what just makes it go. You've got reporters digging at you.
Just because they're a multi-billion-dollar company doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. It doesn't mean it's
yes, it does. You dumb fucker.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, the right thing to do would go. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what? We don't give a shit about FIFA or corruption. That's the right thing for an Adidas to do. You're a dumb fuck, dude. If you think that's the right thing to do, the right thing to do. Anyone with a brain would say you rattle off a 3-sentence thing. You don't make yourself part of the story. You say we're against that shit. Boom, and it's done.
That doesn't. No, dude, that's bullshit.
Obviously,
yes.
You're a fucking moron, dude. And I'm not gonna sit here and argue for another minute about this. That is so stupid. That is fucking moronic.
Yeah, obviously I'm playing it up, Jay. That I wouldn't expect Adidas to come out in defense.
Yeah, well, apparently dumb fuck over here does. I mean,
I get it. It's just laughable how this cycle goes, is my point. I don't expect Adidas to ever come out, and I know they never would. But to me, seeing this same shit over and over in news stories every day, it would be refreshing if someone went, yeah, we didn't feel the need to put a press release out to say we're against the obvious. It's such an obvious thing, but that's never going to happen. I'm not saying it should, but it'd be nice if one guy just one time came out and went, yeah, duh.
I don't know. If you're a profit-motivated company, you do whatever you can to smooth shit over. And that's a no-brainery.
Just because, dude, I will never. The idea that just because some company has $1 billion does not mean what they do is, in my opinion, is the right or how I would do it or is okay. Money is like that's just that's the dumbest.
It's inarguable. E.
No, it's not.
You would take
No,
a
it's not.
stance
That's-
supporting like what FIFA is
That's not
doing in
what
terms
I'm
of
saying.
corruption.
That's not what I'm
You're
saying.
a fucking
No,
moron.
that's not what I'm fucking saying at all. And the idea that just because a company's $1 billion company means what they do is right, they're right because they're $1 billion company.
Hey, fuckface. I didn't say every move they make is right. I said in this instance, that's what you
No.
do. You issue a 3-sentence statement and you fucking move on. Just like we're moving on from this. This is stupid. This is ridiculous.
All right. See how easy it is to stir this room up?
It's just moronic.
No, whatever, dude. I don't. You know what? I don't.
Anyway, not to upstage the argument here because that was fun. Weddings. Do you remember? You remember your wedding, obviously, Jay.
I do,
Do
yeah.
you remember your wedding?
I even remember your wedding.
Rings the bell, yeah.
Would you have had a problem if I got down on a knee and proposed to Beth at your wedding reception?
I would think that would be weird.
There's
this is the big thing, like hitting the internet today, right? Everybody's
Yeah.
outraged at this dude in the picture.
Yeah, they're outraged at
That's not the most objectionable thing about this situation, but I think you know where I'm going.
I was hoping you were going to go there, but I might be on your side. This picture showing a wedding guest proposing to his girlfriend right in the front of the bride and groom at the reception has been met with outrage, of course. This picture uploaded to Reddit this week by an unnamed user. The account's since been deleted, but has been viewed over 1 million times. The picture shows a newlywed couple smiling as a guest gets down on one knee to present a visibly emotional woman an engagement ring. It even shows the guest has placed his bottle of beer like right in front of the bride.
Oh,
Like he
jeez.
set his bottle down like on her dinner plate. Look at that picture. It just seems like, again, common sense things. And this, I think this was a thing for a brief period years ago where people would do stuff like this.
Really?
Yeah.
At someone else's, it'd be like, oh, this is a time for me to also.
Yeah.
What you're saying, like,
yeah.
Love
Where-
is in the air.
right?
yeah.
Oh, we're in this moment.
Totally.
and-
And then it got to the point where people were just like, no, this is ridiculous. And maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it wasn't that more people were, but it seemed like that wasn't the end of the world. This seems like such a no-brainer nowadays.
Yeah.
What would you have said if someone walked up to you and said, hey, Jay, I'm thinking about, what a time with all the family and friends there. I'm thinking about proposing to
I
my
personally
girlfriend.
wouldn't fucking care. Like,
I was gonna say, would you really care?
No. Oh,
But-
this is my day. It has to be, dude.
I wouldn't
whatever,
either. I wouldn't either, but they say that etiquette
Oh, I'm
experts
sure.
are like just the thought that you would even ask a bride and groom that on their special day that
It's
they're
uncouth.
paying for is like so against the grain.
Well, I have two other objections
Well,
to the situation.
is that what it is? Is it in this or is it in
Yeah,
the
it's in
story?
the picture, the image.
Oh. I think I
Well,
guessed one of them at least.
Yeah.
I don't know what your second objection is. The first objection I'm assuming you're going to have is that it looks like maybe a mismatched couple.
Well, wait a minute. Let me ask you: are both objections involving human beings?
Yeah.
Is maybe one of them in a white dress and one of them, or no?
No, dude. Come on. What's your objection to that, E? You're the one who's always pointing shit like this out.
Is it anything to do with his clothing?
Yes, that's
Okay.
one.
Okay.
What?
Look to whom he's being bequeathed. I don't.
What am I getting at here?
You're the first one to fucking criticize every chick who gets thrown up on that screen.
Yeah.
What are you going to say about
Well,
her?
the lady's hideous, obviously. But dude, the thing is, I think the bride looked kind of ugly too. To be honest with you.
That's a cheap shot, E. This is
That's
her
her
special
day.
day. Come on, E.
Well,
Little respect.
yeah, for
Salt in the
her,
wound.
good for
Respect.
her, because she found a guy willing to marry her, and good for this girl, I guess. Good news for these two fat asses, I guess. But I mean, no,
I didn't
what's
say
the-
it. No, there you go. It's the one who's just become enfianced in this
Mhm.
image. The male is wearing a teal shirt, which
with a yellow tie.
yeah, which I object to on the record.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that down.
Oh, that was the other one.
That's one, and then I guess I don't know.
It does seem she's probably
must be love, I guess. I
Everything
don't
looks
know.
a little big.
she's got gorgeous eyes.
Yeah,
She does.
Oh yeah, very beautiful eyes.
pretty hair.
Probably a nice person, I'm sure.
There is not a heel on that flat anywhere. There's nothing wrong with that, obviously. But do you remember when you got to the reception part? Is it like time to take shit off at that point? Dress down a bit?
The jacket, you can take the jacket off, right?
Because he's got his jacket off. It looks like his tie's undone. I don't remember. Most people wear black suit or dark suit to weddings. There's weddings, anything goes.
Yeah, no.
Is that just funerals?
And I think spring, it's okay to lighten it up, definitely. But I just wouldn't go teal shirt, yellow tie. I just wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't either.
Well, but then again, he maybe his taste in general isn't very good.
Yeah, there are questions about his taste.
His judgment has been called into question across the board, I think.
Maybe he's blind.
I mean, you've got the guy, becoming enfianced at another person's wedding. You've got the garb, and then you've got the chosen one.
Right.
It just begs a lot of questions.
Yeah. It does. Good luck to the happy couple, I suppose. That bride, the smile on her face looks absolutely forced to me.
Like, okay.
You know what? Dude, I do get it. You're right, Jay. I mean, like Jay said, he wouldn't care that much, but God, I just can't get over this idea of it's my day, and heaven forbid any little thing ever happen. I mean,
I couldn't see Gab being like that.
No, we wouldn't care if somebody did that.
I definitely know chicks that would absolutely be like that.
Oh, yeah, dude, are you serious?
Yeah.
No. I'm being,
But we don't know anything about this image. This could be her sister.
I was just gonna say they look like they could potentially be sisters.
But even then, sometimes that
given the general size.
Well, sisters are not the same as brothers, though. You know what I mean? Sisters would be like. We're like brothers might be like, that's awesome. My brother is, getting married too.
I think across the board, most guys wouldn't give a shit. I don't think any guy.
And if they did, honestly, if I knew a guy that gave an act, like really was like, my God.
I think most guys would be like, wow, someone's taking some of the attention off this bullshit I'm doing up here. Fuck, bring it on.
That's a good point.
Dude, Jay, good looking out by taking one for Team Walters here today by proposing. This is great news.
Yeah, for the
across
guy,
the board, I would think guys would be cool with this.
I'm going to conclude based on this image that these two chicks are either sisters or cousins. Based on the build, particularly the shoulders.
Oh wow,
the breadth of the shoulders.
Let's see here.
Built like linebackers.
Wow.
And that's what I'm saying, though. You know what I'm saying? But when you say they're sisters,
You're
what I
right.
mean. Sisters are not necessarily
very catty sometimes.
Right. Like, yeah, they're sisters, but really.
They're could totally, you bitch, you took the spotlight off of my day.
You always do. Mom always liked you best, and now you're doing this. And where guys would just be like, yeah.
Oh, they are definitely sisters.
Yeah.
The blonde hair, the shoulder width. The shoulder width is really the dead giveaway.
The eyes.
Yeah, they both have beautiful eyes. Yeah, beautiful eyes. Yeah, maybe. Never mind.
We probably said enough already. Is that what you're saying?
I was gonna wonder about their financial status, but it's neither here nor there. It's kind of irrelevant, right? If they're doing really well or not.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
I'm gonna guess that to me,
I'm
the guy's
assuming
not like a millionaire.
I'm assuming the girls are doing really, really well, but I don't know. How would I know?
Right.
I don't know anything else about that picture except that the wedding looks nice. I would just assume that these girls are doing extremely well financially.
Not the guy. You don't think the guy's loaded?
I would not have gone the financial route.
But I'm just saying
you can't throw it out. We don't know enough about the story, Jay. I'm just saying that's not something we could take off the table at this point.
I'm telling you right now that I can tell you that guy is not some millionaire about to marry this chick.
Right. He may become a millionaire later that day, but
maybe.
Yeah. I don't know, man. The whole teal and pink thing going on, it's crazy.
Yeah. Seems a bit low rent, but whatever. 19 Kids and Counting. Our favorite show. Do you have
Duggars?
Yeah. I hate the Duggars. They've been pulled from Hulu now. And is it TLC? Did we decide TLC is the channel?
The learning channel.
Yeah. People are learning a lot from the Duggars. They continue to. So it's been yanked from their TV schedule, but it hasn't been canceled yet. I'm going on record to promise you that this show is so canceled.
Dude.
It's not even there's no way to sidestep a storm like this and can carry on with this show.
But dude,
not a chance.
More so, like, I don't know if this is what you're about to say, but there's no way they didn't know. I don't think there's any way that TLC didn't know about this 2 years ago or 3.
Or at least hear the rumblings of it.
There's no way.
Yeah.
They
I
just
mean,
swept it
Oprah
under and kept
knew it-
hoping it wouldn't, right?
Yeah, I would think that's right for sure.
Well, and it's I think different than like the Honey Boo Boo situation where, you know, chick was just trash ass who
Right.
went back to the guy who was the child molester, had that in his background, and they couldn't accept that, so they ditched him. This is in part, I think, a little bit worse because the whole Duggar thing is they're so principled, right?
Yeah.
And this is their
Holier than
stance on
thou.
things. Yeah. And then when you find something like this, it's like, fuck, how do you even go on, you know, and listen to a fucking word they're saying? You know, I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but
that's a great point. How would you?
Yeah.
You'd constantly be going, oh, yeah, well, we know what some members of this family are like behind closed
Yeah,
doors.
especially when Jim Bob himself was personally involved, according to the story, in
Mhm.
terms of tamping it down and hiding
Yeah.
it.
Those cops are coming out and saying that one of the cops anyways has come out and said that the story they gave us was not this story exactly. So, and that's in their best interest, obviously, the cops to say, hey, look, we were told, you know, he grabbed his sister's ass or
Yeah,
something.
we didn't
and
drop the ball here.
We gave him, right. We gave him a stern talking to, as we would any 14-year-old that came in and did something silly, but doesn't warrant going the distance with criminal prosecution.
Yeah, we weren't told about penetration and stuff like that.
Yeah, we didn't know he was fingering half the family. So, well,
No,
I mean,
I know. I'm just thinking about it.
It's
like-
just crazy to think that you just send your kid to a camp with other troubled Christian teens to.
well.
Yeah, well, that'll take care of that. It's an outrage,
They
but
solved.
this puts more pressure on TLC. They say that the fact that Hulu's dumped them. But yeah, I can't believe TLC hasn't come out already and shit can this family.
Any idea what their ratings were before this? Was it huge?
I don't know. It was a success.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I never watched it. I couldn't care less about it. I don't trust any family that tries to pretend to be that perfect all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There's something so creepy about when you get extreme religion anywhere. You see it, whether it's extreme.
But it wasn't that part of why people watched it, though? Because it was like, whoa, these people
Probably.
are creepy, right?
Probably.
It
But
wasn't
don't-
just a bunch of Christian fundamentalist viewers. It was kind of like, wow, this
Yeah.
is different.
Yeah. Like, because I think we all put ourselves in those shoes in a way like, wow, what would I do if I won $10 million? What would I do if I had to live in a family like that? And I think people just naturally do that, kind of insert ourselves. You do a story about the guy on the train getting his legs and arms ripped off and dragged, and it's like, oh my God, you feel bad because you put yourself in that situation.
Yeah, you don't
like,
care
oh my,
about him.
it's like you don't know him, you didn't actually feel it or go through it, but you can get that image in your head,
Yeah.
like, oh my God, what would happen to my life if that happened to me? So I think there's some eerie, weird, creepy thing about that where it's like, God, can you imagine? I mean, you think about your relationship with your girlfriend or your wife, and it's like during the courting process, if I couldn't even hold her hand,
Right.
or I had to wait till we were engaged to kiss her on the cheek, like,
Unfianced.
yeah, I had to have a chaperone everywhere. Like, so I think, I guess there's some weird curiosity involved with something like that. Oh boy, is it time for Ease Read?
Come on, get it done. Boom.
Okay.
With great dispatch. Let's go.
Hey, I'm Big E. Now that do I really have to do? Can I just read it? Hey, I'm Big E. Now that I've proven I can actually read a live read, or kind of, Steve has decided to let me actually read something of value, and not just the useless banner you're accustomed to hearing come out of my mouth. Yay for me. So check this out. From now on until the end of May, which is only a few more days, you can lease a brand new 2014 Ford Edge SE for just $222 per month at Zott Ford and Holly. Now that my career has peaked and I'm doing live reads for the Zott on the Detroitcast, not only will you get your new 2014 Edge for $222 per month, but I will be more than happy to autograph the dashboard of your sweet new Ford. Friends, like I said, this deal ends in a few days or end of May, however you prefer to look at it. So please hurry into Zott Ford at I-79, exit 98, where you
Just
not
jump
only
on
find the hottest
I-79.
sales. Yeah, there you go. Massive inventory. 2014 Edges for
He didn't say
$222 per month.
I-79.
Yeah, just head north
But-
on I-79.
But you will
boy.
also get
Run
to
right
see
into
me. You'll get to see me, Biggie, the finest spokesman / mopper this
Where
side
is
of the
I-79?
Mississippi. That's Zotford, SCOTT. Get there now.
Can you at least look up where I-79 is and see where you just sent people to? I'd be interested to know if you just sent people up the coast somewhere.
I-75.
Heading north out of Bristol.
You'll be there in no time.
Well, if you hit the ocean, you went too far.
If there is an I-79.
Just head 36 hours north on the 79. You'll find it.
Oh, it looks like it's somewhere by Pittsburgh.
Okay, great.
Yeah, there's a lot of good. Pittsburgh's a cool city to try rivers and stuff. Go see a Pirates game.
God.
And even if you live in Pittsburgh, Zach can give you cars because they'll deliver them to you. So
That is true. That's a good point. I don't think that was the point they were trying to make with that read, but that is fair. If you do live in Pittsburgh, they can hook you up.
I'll
with a
drive
car
my
still.
I'll drive your car all the way down to Pittsburgh and drive
Yeah.
back.
I'll even autograph the dashboard. for you.
God.
Walmart. I mentioned Walmart.
Give me a W.
Give me a squiggly is the only one I
Yeah.
care about. Give
Come
me the
on, get
squiggly.
it. Get on down in that. Get on down in that squiggly. Get a little lower.
Did you even ever do it? Or
Fuck no, dude. I told you. I told you. I stood there like kind of like.
and then they just move on to a next person or
No,
something?
it's the whole group that does
Oh,
it. It's
so you
it's
kinda
a
Did
group.
you, did
And,
you
and just to reset this, I didn't work at Walmart for the record.
Well,
I represented Walmart for a while and
did you kind of move your arms or did you flat out just kind of sit there and look
just
around?
stood there. Like, I
I-
couldn't believe what was going on.
knowing Jay as well and as long as I've known Jay, I can promise you that Jay did not even fake mouth. Give me a W.
Yeah, I couldn't
Like
believe
you would,
it. Like the guy I was with too. We're like, holy fuck, man.
Yeah.
But this is a room full of lawyers, just outside counsel from all over the country would fly down to these events, these propaganda events, really,
Yeah.
where they fill your head with how great the company is, and you do this all on your own dime and whatever.
You
But,
do?
yeah. The firms,
The firm pays for that?
pay, yeah, to
Seriously.
go down, and it's a required thing to go down and do this. But
Is it
Dude.
multiple days or is it just like one afternoon?
I want
You
to
go-
say it was 2 days. Like, yeah.
That's
But yeah,
brutal.
but they literally open every fucking day or meeting, I believe, with definitely days at stores and stuff. They all open with the Walmart cheer. Give me
Yeah.
a W, give me an A, give me an L. And we've pulled up some videos of these.
Yeah, you
Oh
can.
my
They're
God.
creepy.
Yeah.
I was recently, I can't remember who I was talking to, but I was talking to someone about this story about because that's the first time we learned about the Walmart cheer was from you telling that
Mhm.
story. And I was recently, like in the last month, showing someone videos of that. And it was just like, dude, this is so
Yeah.
creepy.
It happens to this day.
I
Yeah.
can't believe that it's not like more people don't realize that it is almost just because of how weird it is to me and how everyone likes to get on Walmart for being, just so negative, I guess.
Yeah, you'd think that'd be more front and
Right.
center.
That
Like,
I'm just
look at
saying.
these
I think
people.
there'd be more
Yeah,
people
it's
like
very cult. It has cult-like features, is what it
totally
has.
cult-like features,
Making
dude.
people do this and get behind this. But the weird thing is how enthusiastically people do it. You would think like if they tried that at Gene's Hardware, you would have a circle of like 10 guys like not giving a fuck. It would be so such a bummer.
You'd be dying laughing.
You'd be
Whatever,
laughing.
Glenn.
You'd be fucking with each other as it went on. But these guys are like, give me a squiggly, and they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
Well, they're
into
looking
it.
at their next promotion. I mean, they
Yeah.
want a 10,
Yeah, but
10-cent raise.
But
Yeah.
when but that's the thing though. When you're a stalker, dude. If you're just a stalker, like a G,
Right.
dude, I would never. If they had done this at Meyer when I worked there, I would never have done it. I would have just totally just sat there and been like, yeah, no.
You'd have been passed over for that assistant to the assistant manager position.
I don't. Well, we can't all be like shrewd.
Not everybody's management material.
Yeah,
Well-
I'm definitely not.
Tracy Morgan has come to a confidential settlement almost
yeah.
a year after that Walmart crash that killed his buddy, and
Yeah, they're in a
Injured
limo,
him.
right?
they were in like a limo bus
Okay.
coming from a show. There's no real way to tell how much he's getting from the company, but for Morgan to settle before trial, it's got to be a shitload. The truck driver reportedly admitted to police that he hadn't slept in like 24 hours. Morgan's pain and suffering was well documented. His legal team strongly suggested they intended to introduce evidence at trial indicating that Morgan might never be able to work again. His camp is bound by a confidentiality agreement, did go so far as to say they are happy with the settlement. Walmart did right by me and my family and my associates and their families. I am grateful that the case was resolved amicably. And I think I know the answer to questions like this, Jay, but Why is it so important for a big company like Walmart to keep these things absolutely tightly
There's a
sealed?
lot of money, man. It'd be shocking. It'd probably be a shocking amount because he didn't need to settle that. That's a dude with a lot of money, doesn't need cash in his hand.
Yeah.
So he had every opportunity to just take it to trial and see what he would get. It sounds like from the facts, they were comfortable with liability. They're going to prove Walmart liable, and therefore the only question is damages. There's a lot of damages.
Yeah.
And so Walmart's looking at it like, fuck, we're risking a lot to go to trial. So they're paying a lot of money in this, and they don't want to set a precedent. Like anytime anybody gets hurt, we paid Tracy Morgan $4 million or whatever it is. And I'm just throwing, who knows?
Yeah. I would bet it's closer to 7 figures, 8 figures. I would think it's in the 8 figures.
No, not to him personally.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, here's the reason I say that.
It depends on his losses. His damages.
Tens of millions of dollars would be my guess.
Really? Just because of what he lost during that time in terms of jobs?
Well, and potential jobs going forward. If you remember, Tracy Morgan was an A-list star. I mean, on a big, big show with 30 Rock. He's a successful comedian. He's well known. His potential, he's a movie star, some could argue. There's definitely an argument to be made that this guy could go on to earn, who knows what his next big sitcom role would be. Could have been another NBC show.
Yeah, but his career's not over, so he missed out on some time.
That's what they're arguing, is that he'll never be able to fully work again like he did. He's got limited mobility.
Mm-hmm.
He's and Hollywood is a very shallow game. If you're out of the mix for a brief period of time, people forget who you are and what you were doing, and all of a sudden, so you could make a big argument that this guy potentially lost out on tens of millions of dollars in projects, future projects. And so I think for him to settle out of court, be happy with the settlement, tells me,
and he's happy with what his buddies got too, and that had to be huge because there's a death involved. So
yeah.
But yeah, to your question, why they never want the number in this instance, obviously the number would be fucking huge. And what you're getting is no admission of liability when you settle something. But when you release the number, the public goes, well, shit, of course they're liable, or they wouldn't have paid that. Why would they have paid that if they didn't do it?
There's
lots of reasons
$30 million.
Yeah. They don't want to go through the process. They don't want to have the risk of having it even more if they get hit at trial.
Yeah. The other reason I think it had to have been so high is that for a Tracy Morgan, for Joe Public, a guy that makes $40,000 a year, gets into a car accident, you can wow that guy with $1 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Tracy Morgan, you're not going to wow him with $1 million.
He had every reason to go to trial on it.
Absolutely.
Because liability is clear, apparently. And then you've got fucking damages through the roof.
And as a lawyer, is that something, obviously it probably is a stupid question, but I'm assuming that's something you're looking at going, if we go to trial with an A-list celebrity and put him on the stand, and we could potentially be looking at a jury awarding him way more money. We might as well just take the hit, see if we can just buy this guy off behind the scenes.
That's why any settlement occurs before trial, because you're worried about the risk of trial. You never know what a jury's going to do.
Yeah.
And in this instance, the facts are tough for Walmart.
Is that something where you can blame, like Tracy Morgan's he's a controversial comedian. He's had problems in the past with things he said. Is that something you would ever, in a case like that, you would ever go after his character, or does it have nothing to do with
it? But that would play into like how much he's damaged, I think, because then you'd say, look, this guy didn't have the future that they're contending he did.
Oh,
this is really this is the kind of comedy he does, and there's no place for that, whatever, the way you articulate it, but it would go more toward that, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I would love to hear what that number was, but you've also said in the past that it sets precedent for potential future cases.
Yeah, next time somebody gets rear-ended by a truck, oh, look at what Morgan got, and I've got, I don't have the extent of that injury, but I've got half of that, so give me $5 million.
Yeah, right.
No way you want those numbers out.
Yeah. Why don't we take a quick break, and we'll come back. And big fan of ice cream, right?
No, actually,
you're not.
No.
You're a fan of ice cream, right?
Yeah, I like ice cream. I don't eat it that often, but when I do, yeah, definitely.
Hitler ice cream?
Hitler, nah. It's more of a Stone Cold fan.
All right, just checking. Anthony Weiner too, with an unfortunate slip of the lip, I suppose, or a what do they call that? You say something you didn't.
A boner.
Need. A boner. He made a boner. He made a Connor.
Weiner made a boner.
So
Nate Connor.
we'll get into that and much more in just a minute.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey, TDC friends, you know who it is. Hey, TDC friends, you know who it is. Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zod Ford and Holly. As Jay mentioned before, Zod Ford is all about offering our customers choices. Bruce Jenner chose to be a chick. Big E chose to be normcore. And Jay has foolishly chosen to be Big E's trainer. That's how life goes. Well, now you can choose which new Ford you'd like to enjoy. Right now, lease a new 2015 Fiesta, Focus, or Fusion for just $145 a month for only 24 months. Friends, even the cult leader will agree. These deals are too good to pass up. Just $145 for a new Fiesta, Focus, or Fusion. Hurry down to Zot Ford at I-75 and exit 98, or check out our sick deals and our massive inventory at zotford.com. Get there.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast on a Friday. Mike and Jay. Big E is here, getting ready to head off to Vegas. You excited, E?
That should be interesting. Huh? You and TCG sharing another room.
Yeah, we actually got a group of 6. A few other friends and my sister and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good group though.
What is
really
the goal?
excited.
Do you guys have a goal for this? Is it to get laid? Is it
Totally
to
to get laid.
Yeah,
It's definitely to get laid.
yeah.
I mean, they have fun though too. Obvious. You know what?
I mean, if you have a good night at the tables, is buying
That-
anything
if
is that off the table?
no, I'm not paying for sex.
Why?
I'm just not going to do it. I'd have to win. I'd have to sit down and somehow win $1,000 at a table or something, or $2,000. It'd have to be very significant.
And then buy yourself a celebratory piece.
I can't say no, but I pretty much would say no.
Dude, alcohol is such a game changer, though. You can
I
say
know.
that sober sitting here right now, but
No, I
Pile
don't have the
12
money.
drinks
I
into
do not have the money. So unless I won $1,000 or something
Like,
at some sitting, I
Set-
do
set
not
a-
have the money.
Set aside how skanky that is and gross.
Yeah, I don't care
and
about
just
that.
look at it like how disrespectful
care
that
about
is
that.
to his parents. You know what I mean? When he owes all this money,
Yeah.
and it's like, shit, dude. If I win $1,000, I'm blowing
No,
more than half
whoa.
of that on a hooker.
I did
Yeah.
not say
You know,
that I would.
rather
I
than
didn't say
trying
that
to
I
pay
would.
his credit card
I
bills
actually
down
didn't-
or contribute to the family
I
somehow.
actually didn't say that I would. I just said technically I could. I said it'd have to be at least 1,000. I didn't even say that I would. That is not the goal for sure.
yeah.
But you know what? Honestly, the goal is just that. I know that I'm too old for this, but I legitimately still
Too
like
old for what?
going to clubs and shit. Like I still legitimately
that's an
like.
interesting admission by E.
Yeah.
He's too old.
But
At
I'm still gonna
32,
do it.
I think he is,
I'm
but-
still gonna
See,
do it.
I have
don't
friends
care.
in their 50s that go raging in Vegas.
Right.
So,
I'm still going to fucking 3 very big nightclubs in a row. So
Yeah.
for sure. And it just
Gonna dance with your hands above your head.
no this. Oh, you mean like this?
If we were to do this show live in Vegas, would you go into a club, Jay?
Yeah.
You would? And go
Sure.
rip it up. See, I don't know that I'd just into some like I couldn't see going in there and like I mean I could see going into a bar
you know what, dude?
and drinking, but the whole club scene,
Yeah.
maybe the people watch would be
Yeah.
fun.
Totally.
I'm telling you
Um,
though, dude. I swear to God. And like last year, when I went to one. I went to, which is it's actually gone this year, but I went to one that I really enjoyed. I legitimately enjoy just sitting there. I really do. I don't know. I think it's because I don't do it I don't free up that often. To be honest with you, it takes a lot of booze and being in a place where it's really a lot of people, as opposed to being in freaking Milford, Michigan or something. Being in this room of a bunch of people and drinking, it kind of makes me feel more not self-conscious. So I actually just let loose and have actual fun, where I don't tend to do that as much as it seems like it that often around here.
Yeah.
Because you're in this room of 5,000 people, so who gives a fuck? I don't know.
Do you have enough to get yourself back to the
Yes, I do.
the cab? You're
Yeah.
gonna
Why don't you keep a few bucks in your pocket for that?
Yeah.
give it to TCG? He's way more responsible than you.
I'll be
Just
fine.
give him a 20 before you
actually-
land and just say, by the way, no matter how many hookers I end up buying, hang on to this 20. Give it to me as we get to the taxi
Yeah.
line.
So I don't have to hit up a Canadian family.
Well, luckily
Yeah.
on the way home, we have 6 of us, and we're all have the exact same flight on the way home. So luckily, we'll be able to probably do 3 and 3 in cabs. So cab
You'll
will
be separated from your group somehow.
Yeah,
You
absolutely, you will.
will. You'll end up with a 2 somewhere.
There's no way you can bank on the fact that you'll be with said group at the
You know what,
taxi
dude?
lineup
Here's
at the
the
end
reason
of this run.
Here's the reason
You might not even be at your hotel anymore.
Here's the reason I'm pretty sure that I'm confident that I will be. 3 nights in. Last year, this is like my limit now. I realize at this stage, 3 nights, because I'm technically there for Thursday through Sunday.
That's a
I'll
long
be
haul in Vegas.
Done by Sunday. Last time I couldn't. After 3 nights, I could almost not even walk anymore.
Yeah, Vegas
So-
is almost worse than work because Vegas is one of those. It's the only vacation spot I can think of where you go on vacation and it's like, okay, give me 3 days and then get me out of here.
Mm.
Like most vacation spots, like I could do another week here on this beach.
Yeah, you're
Vegas.
sitting in Mexico,
No.
and you're just kind of like whatever.
You always know the rookie when they're like, oh yeah, we're spending 8 days and 7 nights in Vegas. It's
no.
like, wow, are you mental? Are you shitting me? What's the matter with you?
My brother always said that when he was living there. He would tell people would want to come out, like, maybe we'll come in Tuesday and stay through Sunday. And he'd be like, no, don't do that. Like,
Yeah.
because it's just this pressure. There's 24-hour drinking. The clubs go till 4 a.m. So nobody goes to Vegas and says, I'll just have a few chill. You get there
Yeah.
that first night, you're like, boom. So then it's into night 2, and then you're just like,
There are people that go there and will get off the reservation, so to speak,
Yeah,
and
you're
go
right.
golfing and stuff. I have friends that have done that. Go visit
Totally.
the dam.
yeah, I did that once.
Did you? So I guess that could work. But if you're focusing just on Vegas, 3 nights and out.
It's totally enough. You don't need to do 4.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of doing, we really do this through the Monday morning to give us like that last day to have kind of more of a relax, like we do a dinner and stuff like that. Like that last day is not going to be, it's really all about Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then
Yeah.
Sunday's kind of just
That'll be
relax.
fun.
Yeah. So
Do the pool thing.
I'm excited. So.
I feel like we should call
Oh, Jesus. Okay. I
we should
forgot.
call Katrina one last time
Right.
before E leaves. This is totally live on the fly, so if she doesn't answer, she doesn't answer. We've tried her 4 times now. I don't know. I'm getting the feeling she's avoiding E. I
Or
got to be
she
honest with you.
Possibly has a job, which would be weird.
Yeah, but
Someone
yeah.
that I could have sex with could have a occupation
that's
day.
a stretch.
She lived
Jay.
in her own place, well, with a roommate, but
Was the roommate hot?
her roommate was out of town.
What was his name?
I don't know. Her roommate was out of town.
Most of the girls you have sex with do have an occupation, and it's to have sex with you.
That's true.
But I think this chick might actually have a job, man.
right.
All right, let's.
I don't know what I really. Yeah. Well, who knows?
Let's try her up real quick.
Jesus. At this point, she's got it. This is like
Come on, Katrina.
this freaking number I keep getting calls ever since Saturday night, Sunday
Yeah.
night.
Your call has been forwarded to an
She sent us the
automatic voice
voicemail.
message system.
Should we leave her a message?
did
Let's
now.
send her a message.
Totally did now.
Is not available. At
Hopefully,
the
I
tone,
talked over that.
please record your message.
You did.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, Katrina, it's Mike and Jay
Jay and Mike,
from the Detroit cast in the Detroit area.
we're with a buddy of yours.
Yeah, our buddy Big E, Eric. Just wanted to catch up with you. We talked to your friend Sarah the other day.
Wow, Mike.
Sweet girl, very nice girl, and she was nice enough to pass along your number. And we just wanted to say hi. Maybe we'll try you back. Hope you're having a great day at work. So yeah, we'll hopefully talk to you soon. Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye bye. Again, it's Mike and Jay from the Detroit cast. Bye.
Jay and Mike.
I hung up.
What an asshole.
I think I got the hang up in before Jay and Mike part came in.
What an asshole.
Very good.
What are you gonna do?
Are you guys basketball fans when the Pistons aren't involved?
No, I'm really not NBA.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah,
college.
you're a
I like
college guy.
Yeah.
Mildly.
I like when they get into the postseason, the finals.
I like the Draymond Green story. I'll have to admit.
Yeah. Well, the Golden State Warriors moved on last night, so now we've got a 8-day layoff before the finals. They both teams. It was the fastest
Elimination.
Yeah, one was done. Cleveland knocked off Houston in 4 games, and
Other way around.
Atlanta, yeah, and Golden State knocked off Houston in 5 games.
This idea of having the set finals date, just no matter what, that's when it's set, is so ridiculous, dude. Can't you just 8 days? They
8
can't
days
just
off, ridiculous. 9 days off for Cleveland. It's too much. One of the things that's been happening lately, and we've seen this in sports for a while. Steph Curry brought his cute little daughter up
Oh yeah,
at the podium.
Riley.
Have you seen her yet?
No, I've seen stills of her. Cute little girl.
Yeah, she's very cute.
But apparently she just starts talking, huh? Starts chirping.
Yeah, of course, as a 2-year-old would. They don't give a shit that dad's playing in the finals. Will it play there? E?
should be.
I think you have to hit play.
No, thanks, Jay.
Just saying.
I don't know what's happening right now.
It's buffering.
Has this gone over the line with this stuff of bringing your kid up to the podium?
I guess I haven't seen that much of it. Is it obnoxious?
Did you stop the clock, E?
Goddammit.
Or is it all just frozen?
It's something.
Everything's
I don't know.
frozen.
The whole
something's going
show
on.
is frozen.
Everything just froze on us. Wonderful. Anyway, yeah, it's a kid up at the podium. We've seen it before. They're obnoxious.
I guess, I can't say I've ever seen it before because I don't watch that shit.
Yeah.
If I see an athlete start talking, I just tune out.
Yeah.
I don't have much interest in what they have to say.
And that's the there's a couple sides to this. Some people go, this is your business office. How dare you wouldn't bring your daughter into the firm and have her sit there in an important business meeting, and journalists would have you believe that they're working and getting comments from these guys, and it's extremely distracting.
I get that. No, I get that.
Totally.
You need some professionalism there, right?
Yeah.
You got to realize these guys have a job to do. They're not there to just fawn over you and your daughter. Like, give them what they need so they can get out of there.
And they've got deadlines to hit. They've got papers are printed at 3 a.m. So when you get a game that ends at midnight, yeah, I know. Online editions, those things are updated at 3, 4 in the morning. And so when you've got a deadline, you've got to have your story submitted.
Yeah.
And so if you've got something where you got some kid running around singing a song and stealing the show, and you still need a comment from the MVP of the league after the game, and he can't do that, it's like, to me, and some people could argue, what's the difference? You have the poos there at your office. Well, this is a home, and the fact is, when I'm here with the poo, nobody's made this complaint. I know what's coming.
Feels defensive.
I feel a little mildly defensive. In my defense, I will say that there's a big difference between when Beth is here and Izzy is here. Like last night, and you guys never see the poos.
Never heard a word, not a peep from the poos.
Right. It's when I'm stuck on babysitting duty, but I have a feeling that someone like Steph Curry, his wife is at the arena,
right?
Like she's there. Someone is letting this child run onto the set while dad is working.
And here's what's frustrating probably too from the reporter's standpoint is he's there and he's going to give a statement. You'd probably rather him just be like, no comment and walk out of the arena. Because this is the worst, right? This is like the telemarketer. And this is what I hated when we were telemarketers, when you'd call. And to this day, this is what I do to them. Oh, that's interesting. Tell me more. Yeah. That's the worst guy ever. And then you tell him, and you spend 2 minutes on the phone with him, and then he goes, fuck off, dude, and hangs up.
Yeah.
You'd much rather him just cut you off at the beginning.
Yeah.
So in this instance, you'd rather have Steph Curry just go, no comment, walk out. But here, he's going to give something. You've got to wait through all the fucking bullshit of his daughter.
Yeah. And this cuteness thing. Now, the other side of the argument is, fuck these guys. They're all coached on what to say. They say the same reason that you don't enjoy watching a post-game conversation, because it's just going to be like, yeah, we gave our best out there, and the other team was great. They worked really hard.
Credit.
Give them credit. All praise to the Lord above. Jesus was looking out for us today, and we'll get him tomorrow. And they're just giving the same cliche bullshit over and over. So it's like, to some people, it's like, this is at least mildly interesting. You had a 2-year-old who didn't give a shit about this and running around on the set. It made it mildly watchable.
It's different.
It's something different. So I see both sides to it. But, Steph Curry, if you watch this, is acting like, oh, come on, honey, just settle down. It's like, well, give her to your wife. She's right off stage. She didn't show up at the arena without a parent.
Yeah.
You make $150 million. What are you talking about? There's people everywhere just playing along with this. Oh, this is adorable. And she's like, Daddy, can we go now? Daddy. And the people are trying to get their question. You can't even follow what's being asked or what he's even responding. And they're just in phone it in mode. But this girl's kind of stealing the show for this, like the second time in a row now. See if you can reset it.
Dude, the problem is I don't want to really, because the YouTube feed is still going. So I just don't want to mess with.
Nobody's watching. Is there any viewers?
There's 9 viewers. I don't know. But if we stop it now, then it won't. This is when it will. If it got messed up now, this is how it would post. It wouldn't.
Okay, I just leave it.
I'm sorry, dude. I just don't know. I just don't want to mess with this though.
I think we did a good enough job explaining what's going on in there. You didn't need to hear the 2-year-old doing that.
Hey, Zot Ford has some great news for you. Right now, you can lease a new 2015 Taurus SHO for just $293 for 24 months. If you're not familiar with the Taurus SHO, let me share a couple little details with you. She has a 365 horsepower twin turbo EcoBoost V6 engine, all-wheel drive, pimped out leather interior, and fat 20-inch aluminum wheels. All this with wicked style, fuel economy, and roomy interior. So if you aren't already diving into your current dull ride to head to Zot Ford and Holly, suggest you do it soon, because leasing a $47,000 Taurus SHO for just $293 per month won't last long. I promise you that. Hurry down, because this deal is only while supplies last. Zot Ford and Holly, get there.
Sorry, Jay.
You son of a bitch.
I cut off the get there. I'm sorry. I was trying to unmute. I'm trying to do some back end stuff while you're talking. Sorry.
Sorry.
Things shit the bed on us.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. Y'all remember Anthony Weiner, right? He's
How
made
could you
some.
forget the wiener, man?
yeah,
the bone job.
What a name to be. If you're going into politics, don't you think you would change your name to Winar or something or
completely different?
Weiner. It's Weiner.
Yeah, like Anthony Weiner, and then you're going to get caught up in a sexting
Showing
scandal,
your wiener.
showing your dick and balls.
Really, dude? It was like a self fulfilling prophecy or something.
Imagine if female politicians like Hillary Clinton's showing her vag to just random dudes on Tinder.
You're right, dude. Think about oh my
would be-
god, that's absurd.
It would be so outrageous.
It's like a dude you can kind of see like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
he's showing his dick.
yeah,
You're
that's-
right, man.
Hillary Clinton just like, check out my vag. She's showing her lightning
Spreading the
bolt
labe.
up. Just sending it to absolute strangers throughout Tinder.
Majora and Menorah.
Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be horrifying. Horrifying. But from a
Not to
guy, it's
mention
like,
that
hey, boys will be boys. What are you
Right.
gonna do?
It happens.
Sometimes you can't help just showing your dick to random chicks, I suppose. I've never had an urge. I can honestly say I've never had an urge to take a picture of my dick and just text it to a girl.
No.
Never.
No.
E?
What?
I think we're out
no.
that way. I
No.
think we're different. I think most people
I think
do.
we are too. Well, he got people talking last night. The Stanley Cup Finals are still going on, and his team is the New York Rangers.
Well, the Eastern Conference.
Well, yeah, exactly the finals, Eastern Conference Finals.
Mhm.
Then yeah,
Yes.
and his team is the Rangers. So,
Lightning Rangers, right?
so he sent a tweet out in his excitement. So this is what he's talking about the power play. This is what a power play looks like. He sends his tweet sends out. So this is what a PP looks like. Capital P, capital P.
Right.
So this is what a PP looks like, meaning
Oh,
power
boy.
play. And so
Wiener.
yeah, I mean
Come on.
proverbial foot and mouth. Is that what that is?
That's a boner.
Yeah, he pulled a humongous Connor last
When did-
night. I mean, he really did.
I just love the idea that a boner is referred to. Oh, I made a boner. Like when did someone
Back in the day, dude. I mean,
right? When
just-
was that? Do you know of any?
fuck, I don't know. Turn of the century,
Yeah.
20th century.
Leave it to Beaver.
Yeah,
Would they said that and leave it to Beaver?
I think they
called it
probably
boner.
would.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that probably would have been a
fit.
place.
A real
it would have
boner.
fit. Yeah, he pulled a real boner.
that's a
last
real
night.
boner, Beaver. You know,
Awesome.
God, how things have changed.
Um,
How come the word boner is so funny?
making matters worse for Wiener was Sydney Leathers, the chick.
Oh
You remember
yeah,
her?
yes. She's
Remember
a
her?
porn star now, right?
Yeah, well, she did a porn movie. I don't know. Is she a porn
I
star?
don't. I guess that's what I'm referring to.
Yeah, one of his former sexting partners. She jumped on to write. I showed everyone what your PP looks like. Imagine that on your Twitter feed, because then it would hit you like, God damn it! Did I really just say I wonder? This is what a PP looks like.
That's wordplay. Leathers loves it just like Mike does.
Yeah, wordplay's good. That's actually a pretty good comeback for a dumb chick.
Yeah.
I showed everyone what your PP looks like. Carlos Danger, Mr. Danger.
That's right, dude.
Remember Carlos Danger?
Yes.
That story was awesome. It was just awesome. And then he was gonna lay low. I'm gonna lay low for a couple of years and get some counseling and meet with community leaders. And then he tried
ran
to,
again.
He tried to run for mayor in 2013. And what do you know? He keeps
Yeah.
showing his dick. Look at my dick. Look at my dick. Look at my dick. To random chicks.
And he had that chick, I guess it was his wife or fiance, I don't remember which, but she was
Wife.
high. Okay, wife high in Hillary's.
She still is.
Okay.
Yeah, she's still.
Huma, right? Huma. I remember him saying that.
Yeah. Oh my
She
God,
she has
that's
like
right.
a Middle Eastern background and
Totally. She was pregnant with the couple's first child when that all broke originally.
so the wiener's operational.
Absolutely. Huma Abedin.
Yeah.
Huma.
Dumb
Yeah,
name.
she's on the trail with Hillary Clinton right now.
What an embarrassment, man.
Yeah. I mentioned ice cream to you guys. Unbelievably, there's a brand of ice cream cone and ice cream available in India, which is named after Adolf Hitler.
Where's that come from?
His name is splashed across boxes, which is hawked across the country. In some instances, he appears in cartoon form in a swastika-shaped top hat with a red bow tie. Other more somber packages depict him in full military regalia with almost photographic realism. Here's a guy selling them. But yeah, you can see the packaging there.
What the hell, man?
What
Hitler ice cream?
Yeah. Wow.
Here's what's going on. In India, they aren't familiar with
completely lost in translation. Eh?
Totally. They don't understand like the murder. To them, it's just like, you know, it's a well-known name
This could be
for some reason.
Roosevelt's ice cream or whatever.
Yeah.
They're just grabbing onto a recognizable name and running with it.
Yeah. And recognizable stash. And so
Very
they're like, yes, Hitler ice cream. Very, very good. Have some Hitler ice
God.
cream. And so there he is. I wonder if the Hitler family is seeing residuals from this. I mean, this would be an
Right.
outrage if they're using copyrighted.
The likeness.
Yeah, the likeness. That would truly be an outrage.
That is a clear likeness for sure.
Yeah,
Although I've never seen Hitler tipping a, what is that, an Uncle Sam hat?
it is with a
Bizarre.
swastika on the top. Notice the design of it, the swastika.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Very ingenious, creative.
What a bunch of fuck faces.
I've put a lot of thought into this, Jay, and I know you're partial to Un for obvious reasons. I think of all the nasty world dictators of all time, Hitler might be up there with just the straight arm that he would do and the fucking hair going crazy, and he'd scream like a mad fool up on
he's
stage.
a first ballot Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
I should say, for sure.
I mean, his track record speaks for itself. Let's be honest. I mean, he got shit done. As far as like evil villains go,
He's right up there.
he's right up there with Vader. I mean, I got to be honest with you.
Vader.
I mean, well, Vader blew up a whole planet, if you
Yeah.
remember.
Oh, I remember.
I mean, think about all the innocent lives that were lost on Leia's home planet.
yeah.
I mean, in a blink of an eye, it was like, yeah, check this out the window, Leia. Boom!
If you watch that movie again, it's almost shocking how quickly that just happens and goes by. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God. They
Yeah.
just blew up the whole friggin' planet.
The whole planet with tons of people on there.
And Leia reacts like, oh my God, you know, and then boom, it's just,
Yeah.
that's done. You move on.
And you think, you know, that happened. Vader was directly responsible for that, yet he's on kids' lunchboxes today. So why is this such an
Well,
outrage?
He's frankly one of my favorite movie characters of all time.
I didn't say that, Jay.
Him and Jeff Spicoli.
Jay said that. I can get behind Spicoli, but Vader was an evil
I
man.
don't know if I want to like get too into this with you, Mike, but he didn't really destroy a planet.
Well, in
I
the
mean,
movie he
it-
did. I thought there was no difference.
That was that wasn't a documentary.
A documentary.
I thought we've learned recently that, you know, like all the outrage
right.
with Game of Thrones and such,
That's a
like
good point.
rape scenes that happen on screen apparently happen in real life. So
That's a good point.
you stop watching those shows and you try to get them pulled off the air and stuff like that. So, I mean, if that's the road we're traveling, I mean, then Vader's got to be looked at
But
off
Vader's
lunchboxes.
he's one of the great redemption stories of our time. Right?
Well, maybe if Hitler were given a chance, Jay, we just don't know. And maybe this is his comeback on ice cream boxes in India.
Jeez.
Great redemption story of all time.
He cut off his kid's hand, Jay.
Dude.
He tried to throw his kid off the
Did he not
railing.
did he not ultimately bring balance to the force as prophesied?
Yeah, we'll see where this goes. We'll see. I mean, well, Vader's dead now, isn't he? Yeah, he melted.
Yeah. Well, I think he's going to appear in the next one. They're going to show him in ghost form, very likely.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
how Obi-Wan,
Yeah,
Yoda, and all that.
So is he going to be on
Qui-Gon,
the
yeah.
good side or the?
Yeah, dude, he's been redeemed. It's Anakin, man. Come on.
Well, so he doesn't have to pay for his past transgressions.
dude, he fucking killed the Emperor.
He also killed a planet full of people.
Well,
All right. I mean, in most countries, that would get you the death penalty. I got to be honest.
can't
with
forgive Mike. That's not very,
not very Christian like me. You
not
were going to
very
say Christian.
No,
of
I
me.
was going to
Not
say
very-
forgiving, but then I realized I just said that. So
Yeah, this is one of those. They say, remember when you were a kid, you could basically do or say anything and have the excuse, he's just a kid. Well, he doesn't know any better. Well, that's basically what India is, except instead of a kid, in an adolescent phase, it's an entire country and the rest of time.
oh, God.
And here's a guy selling his Hitler ice
So
cream.
they're just completely unfamiliar with World War II and,
Yeah,
and the Jews and all that. Yeah. Nice.
Western culture.
it's an amazing mustache. I still, every time I see that thing, it's like, wow, how did
Chaplin.
no one? It's Chaplin stole it from the Hitler, but to me, I look at that, and it's just like, that's amazing that thing's never had a full revival.
It's so
It
brutal.
just can't.
It's the
It
worst
cannot
look. It's
do
the
it.
worst look ever, man.
But it can't have. But even if it wasn't, you just cannot do
Somebody didn't Anthony Kiedis from Chili Peppers do that
Yeah,
for a little
he
bit?
tried, but it didn't spark and take off. I think if you're going to go that route, you almost have to do the parted hair on the side. And if you do that, the combination of the two makes you look like a monster. But I think if you got scruffy hair like Big E's, E could pull off a Hitler, maybe.
I don't know. about
Yeah,
that.
let's find out.
Let's find out.
I can't grow a mustache. I don't think
What are you talking about? You
Well,
got it going on right
we could
now.
Sharpie it in real quick.
Yeah.
we're not going to do that.
I mean, just until it grows through. Just to give you an idea
Not
what it
right
looks
now.
like.
Maybe
kind of a
like-
cool look in Vegas.
No, thank you.
It's a conversation startery, if nothing more.
Yes, it certainly is.
That's your weak point.
It would-
Starting the conversation.
it would be a
That's your point.
conversation.
Jay's got a good point.
I'm not doing it.
You know how good an artist he is. I bet he could do a hell of a job
I mean, no,
on
thank
your
you.
upper lip. Come here.
No. I'm not
Come here.
doing. I'm not doing it. I'm not getting a Hitler drawn on my.
I don't mean to brag, but
Oh, jeez.
Are you sketching Big E right now?
yeah.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Well, this is a.
I don't mean to brag about my skills, but I mean, you can see what I'm capable of.
Yeah,
Right. I mean,
I could see how that would work out.
I'm saying, I'm not saying there aren't other artists who
What
could
a
do a rendering
drawing.
better than that, but you, at least I'm just showing you what my work is capable of. And just so you don't think that I'm some idiot that's going
Some
to
hack.
give you a Kitterman or something.
I hear you. Obviously, your work is already spoke for itself. But I'm thank you, but no thank you. Sorry.
Well, we'll work on it when you get back from
Maybe when I
Vegas.
get back from my vacation.
Don't let me forget this.
Keep growing it out, dude. Don't you dare shave
I'm not
before you
shaving.
leave, man.
I'm not shaving.
All right.
Speaking of villains, Sarnov,
Yeah.
he was well on his way.
Dick.
Federal prosecutors asked the judge yesterday to sentence the friend of his to 7 years in prison for obstructing the investigation. Kazakhstan national Diaz Kabababab is one of 3 friends convicted bomber Dzhokhar of his friends that are due to be sentenced next week. Bababab, who was in the United States as an exchange student, pleaded guilty in August to obstruction of justice after his roommate Azamat Bababab was found guilty by a jury of obstructing justice for removing that backpack that was filled with the fireworks shells. The 2 and a 3rd friend visited Sarnov's dorm right after the FBI released photos of Dzhokhar and Tamerlan saying they were suspects. The trio recognized him as the suspects, but they didn't alert authorities, which you know where that led. That led to Sean Collier
Exactly.
being killed.
So an additional person was killed because of their failure to
And a
act.
cop at that.
Yeah.
There's no evidence that they were aware of Sarnov's plan to bomb the Boston Marathon or played any role in the terrorist attack. Nevertheless, they conspired to obstruct terrorism, the investigation. The night of Bababab's visit to Dzhokhar's dorm room, the Sarnov brothers shot dead the Massachusetts officer. So, do you think 7 years is fair?
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at this with a and because they were facing 25 years. They could have asked for 25 years for that because it directly led to the, you know, not that they wouldn't have killed someone else, but
Yeah, I don't know all the facts, but the little I do know, that seems fair to me.
yeah.
What, dude, under what circumstance? I don't know what they're eating in this picture. It's a picture of this asshole Dzhokhar along with the now defendant at a dinner table of some sort. There's clearly, however, a pitcher, a pitcher full of, or half full of orange juice, and then you've got Hidden Valley Ranch on the table along with some other mess of food. Under what circumstance would you have Hidden Valley Ranch and orange juice on the same table? Can you think of one? Because you'd never have orange juice outside of breakfast, right? That'd be weird.
Not a normal human.
I like orange juice, but I cannot drink it. You're right, out of breakfast. Like,
why would
people
you
that-
have it in a dinner like this? Look at this. It's a dinner setting. Am I correct?
Yeah, because that looks like some noodle dish.
Tack on another year. That's ridiculous.
Let me see it.
7 is
I've gotta
unfair. I'd go with 8.
Okay. Yeah, there's 2 things of. Is that oh, no, that's orange juice. Yeah, and that is definitely a dinner dish.
Yeah,
that they're having candles. It looks like they're arm in arm. This is
tack on 2 more years. Make it 10.
Not for being gay, but for taking a gayish picture.
And just, what is that meal? What's going on here?
Well, I don't know. Was it a college thing? I guess. But even then, wouldn't you just drink water? And you
Dude, you
orange
never
juice?
have a fucking pitcher on any table in college.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Under
Who would have
no circumstance would you have a pitcher filled
No,
with
you're
anything.
right. That's a good
Nobody
point.
fills
beer.
Right,
You can have a
exactly.
pitcher
A
of
fucking
beer.
plastic pitcher of beer at a bar.
That's-
But
you're
there's
right.
no way at any college home you would put anything into a pitcher to serve it.
You're
What
right.
if, what if
right.
it's jungle juice in there? Or
Dude.
mimosas?
No, you wouldn't have a pitcher like that. You'd have a fucking gallon of milk or something, and you'd mix it in an old gallon jug.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable to me.
Yeah. It's funny that that's what you take issue with in this story, but I'm with you. If you want to tack on 2 years, I'm for that.
I just don't understand how you can mix ranch with orange juice.
Yeah, it does seem over the line. The defendant had the tools and the ability to change the course of history. He chose to say nothing, and because of that, he has taken away from us. He has taken away our son. That's the father of the cop. Said that. I agree with him totally.
Hey, we got to mention the Amazon tab, as if I haven't mentioned that recently. On our homepage, if you're shopping through Amazon, please use our homepage link. Click on that. Do your shopping through Amazon. It gives us a little bit of kickback to the show. It's really helpful. Please use it.
Oh, real quick, just because I won't, obviously, that thing next Friday, the comedy thing next Friday, if you guys could show up, it'd really be awesome for me. It's at Laugh Tracks. I make half the room, man. And there's some good comedians. It's a Saturday night, you know.
June 6th in Novi, Laugh Tracks. E has looked into a second or third bartender, so hopefully we'll have a little.
So hopefully this guy's gonna actually.
And it'll be interesting because these are handpicked comics by E. E put this thing together, so you get a little further glimpse, maybe a little bit more peeling of the onion to find out what E thinks is really funny.
Right.
He stands by it. These guys are good. So I'm interested to see
I'm
that.
bringing 3 from Lansing that are, not to be mean to the other few, but the 3 from Lansing I'm bringing in are definitely some of my favorites. So we'll see. I mean, if they don't like them, they don't like them.
Fingers crossed, right?
Right, fingers crossed.
And then in addition to that, any Detroit Cast listener who comes can put their name in a hat, and Steve Gabarra from Zot is nice enough to pull a name and give the winner a Ford F-150 for a weekend.
Yep, brand new F-150. We'll let E draw it on stage if they'll let you do that.
We'll have to talk about that. Let me not just say that right away.
Why?
I just gotta.
You don't have to clear that. They won't care.
Maybe we. Yeah.
Whatever. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But the point is, we'll do it on site. We'll do it on site. So it's not like we'll make you wait a week.
You'll find out that night for sure.
Lastly, before we get to email, I wanted to mention a story that I first saw yesterday about Poe. Look at his proops. I don't know if you can pull up Instagram anywhere, E. Maybe on the Apple or on your laptop.
He shut down my computer.
Of course. He's in Vegas already. He's been in Vegas for 2 days. What can you do?
Well, dude, Instagram's hard. I'd have to go. I can go on my own Instagram. What is it?
Poe. Let's see.
Instagram is not meant necessarily for laptops, I don't think. I mean, you can do it, but.
Well, I'll read it to you. Following a terminal diagnosis, this Proops, Poe, he's a mixed breed dog from New York City. He's been living his dying days traveling the nation with his owner, crossing off many destinations from a bucket list.
Dude, did we do one about this already, or did I read something about this? I've seen some
Maybe
story.
You did.
Okay.
Tom Rodriguez is the owner's name. It was a great trip. I got to spend 7 weeks with Poe. At first, I didn't think he'd make it 2 weeks, but he did. He said he adopted Poe from a shelter back in '99. He's now 15.
Wow.
He was 8 weeks old at the time. He's 15. He's diagnosed with several health problems. So he's got his little cart, and he wheels him up to the beach, and there's Poe sitting in his basket, sitting at the beach.
I spelled,
look at that proof.
Wants to just make sure Poe sees the world and shit.
Yeah.
How do you
He took
spell
him all the way across country. Let me see if I can just find
How do you
it.
spell Poe? Is it P-O?
I've already got it pulled up.
Okay.
Here, Jay, you can thumb through some of the pictures. Just click on them, and they'll get bigger. But he's at like the
Look
space.
at that Proops.
He's at the Space Needle in Seattle, and then he's at the Golden Gate Bridge in his basket, and then he's at the ocean going for a swim.
Yeah, he's at the Zoltar machine. One of the where is that on a beach
Right.
carnival or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, is that from the movie Big?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a few things like that. He went to
Santa Monica. Look at this guy.
he went international. He went to New Mexico.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, international travel. I don't know where he got a passport for the dog, but he went to New Mexico.
Go through the quarantine process. And so forth?
Probably.
You know, did you say that
They fast tracked him because of his illness, I'm sure.
I read that they were, by the way, with that Johnny Depp thing, that they're like trying to say like, oh, he could be sentenced to as much as 10 years in prison for that dog. Remember
yeah.
the
Really?
Australian, as if he's going to go to jail for 10 years.
How hilarious would that be if they went to jail for 10 years
They
for those
really
dumb dogs?
Right. They sentenced him really, and Johnny Depp went to jail.
Here's Poe with In-N-Out Burger.
Ah, look
Oh,
at that,
there we
Proops.
Son of a
Look
bitch.
at that, Proops.
Getting
Look
a
at-
double.
God, he looks old, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Just old and
Do you
tired.
see him in his basket? Have you seen him in his basket at the beach and stuff yet? So he went to the White House, not the White House, but
A
what's
house
his name?
that's white.
No, in New Mexico. When he was out of the country in New Mexico, he went to the Breaking Bad house
Oh, okay.
and got pictures there. He went through. He was on his way to California. Made stops in North Carolina, Texas, Oregon, Arizona, and more. We even stopped at Walter White's house in New Mexico. We went to the Goonies house in Oregon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there was some dog parks to go in. In Austin, we went to a great dog park where he actually swam, and he documented this whole thing, all of Poe's adventures on Instagram.
Yeah, there he is at the Golden Gate being pulled in his wagon.
Yeah, look at that. Proops in his wagon.
Poe could give a shit where he is.
I know.
He's like, I'm with my owners.
There
I'm
I am.
happy.
Yep. And if someone else just took him right from that spot, these are my new owners.
As long as they feed me.
Yep, I'm good. Yeah, Jay was looking at some Proops today that
Oh, he was caught in the floodwater. He was rescued. It looked like he made a little raft or got on a little raft of some sort of envelope or some
a manila
mail.
envelope.
Yeah. And my man was just a little Proops, and he was just hanging out there and so tired by the time rescuers got to him.
He was exhausted.
Oh,
he looked dead, but he'll be rejuvenated tomorrow. He'll be just fine. No PTSD for the Proops.
Bouncing around.
Who's feeding me now? This Proops is starving. Who's gonna feed the Proops?
That's all he
That'll
cares
be him
about.
tomorrow.
Life goes on.
Yep. He won't care at all. He won't have meetings with counselors to get over the trauma of losing my house. Nope. Just who's gonna feed me now?
Right.
Proops is ready for food. I got a nap ready to go. Where's my envelope?
Proops sounds just like Big E.
Yeah.
Looking at the
Proops.
moon.
Look at that Proops.
Raquel writes in.
I wonder if my family's looking at the moon tonight too.
Raquel writes in. Hey guys, I am an avid listener and I absolutely love the show. It's the first thing I put on in the morning when I get to work. My husband has a similar sense of humor to my own, and I know that he would love the show as well, but every time I play it for him, he can't get past his utter annoyance for Big E. Every time I play the show, he proclaims, ugh, what a fucking moron. I can't listen anymore. This makes me very sad as I'm constantly referencing your show and it's like crickets in my house. Anyway, keep up the good work and
keep working them over.
As an aside, I think Mickey's a great addition to the show. Great job, guys. Winky face!
Ah, gotta love the winky face.
Gotta love the winky face. This is in addition to a message I received yesterday, I believe on Facebook. Somebody said, hey, I'm trying to get some friends involved, but fuck, dude, they bailed when Big E had his little cranky breakdown last week. Two of his friends.
Man.
They're like, can't handle it anymore. I'm wondering about your value add. Got to be honest.
You can tell me to leave then, I guess. I don't know. What do you want me to do?
Add.
I mean, at the end of the day,
Go
that's
ahead
what it
and-
comes down to, right?
Go ahead. You're right.
I think this is the predicament that we've all found ourselves in, and we're going to have to find a way to move forward.
On balance, is it good or bad? It's a tough one.
It's a very tough one. It really is.
It's
Whether or not
tenuous. It's right there.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are.
It's probably
your business,
80-20. 80 think fuck that dude, and 20 that are like,
All right, yeah, he's not bad for a retard. I can relate.
there's a whole lot
Sounds
of
about
just
right.
cackling and listening right now going,
Yeah, go get him, Big E. You tell him. You speak for all of us, Big E.
That Adidas argument was awesome. Fuck FIFA. Fuck the public. Fuck consumers. You don't want to sell shit in the future.
Well, I mean, you guys are the business managers, so
it's a good point.
Kevin writes in.
Seeing we're not doing our job.
I mean,
What are you keeping me around here for? You guys suck as business
Yeah,
managers.
why don't you take a few days off? Go on a trip.
That's a good idea.
Collect your thoughts.
right.
And
Think about what you've done.
yeah, we'll
You
talk,
could have had 2 days without me if you
We'll
wanted to.
talk when you get back.
Yeah. That's a good idea, Jay. I like that call. I second his
Yeah.
call. So we're going to need you to
Good for
leave.
you.
E.
Clear your head, dude. Go. Have fun.
Yeah, get out of here. We don't care where you go.
Yeah.
Just
You know
not
what?
here.
Watch this. Watch this, you motherfuckers. See ya.
Later, Biggie. Kevin writes in, hey, listening to number 350 and during an email about breastfeeding and how they belong to the man and he lends them to the baby, it's inspired me to share my hilarious, maybe weird tale.
All right.
My son is approaching 2 and still breastfeeding. About 2 weeks ago, I decided to see if he would be okay or if he would give my wife's boobie back to me. So while he was sucking away on one, I decided to ask him if it was okay to latch on to the other one. He didn't really respond, so I latched on.
Nice.
What?
He
Like
got
the way this guy
mildly
thinks.
upset and unhooked and pushed me away.
What? The baby did? That's outrageous. He doesn't own that.
Again?
That's not his.
2.
It's on loan.
About a week ago, I asked him again and he didn't respond, so I latched on, but he didn't get upset. And since it seemed a bit weird, I stopped. Did it seem a bit weird, Kevin?
What's the mom doing?
That's
at
what I was
this-
going to say. What is the mom doing? Well, this is happening.
You mean the owner of the udders?
Right.
Well, part owner.
The
I mean,
best
he
the,
owns
the best part is he did as well. So he unlatched as well, the little boy, and he sat up and pointed at me and then to my wife's boob telling me to latch on. So he's kind of like, go ahead,
Have it.
You know?
It's yours back.
it's yours back. So I latched on to one and he the other. It seems strange, so I stopped. Kevin, I'm freaked out right now. I frankly don't know whether to report you or not.
In fairness to Kevin, he did say it might be disturbing.
It
Yeah,
was.
that was.
So he did declare that.
Dude,
in
he's
fairness.
sucking on one boobie while the kid's sucking on the other titty. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I know. It sounds awesome. I wish we could all do that.
My God, man.
So with that, I'm assuming that you can't, there's not a shutoff valve on those, right?
No, there's not.
So it's not.
Yeah, he was, I think, getting some nourishment, so to speak.
Wow.
Hey, Gail writes in, dudes, the Backus family is alive and well. And yes, Tallywhackers will be on the table, but a tad later in June. So we talked about the Backuses down in Texas, and hopefully they were okay.
Thank God.
They are well.
Close call for the Detroit cast.
We're just a bit wet down here. And yes, I just typed that. Have a laugh. She says,
I was going to let it go, but okay.
had the excitement of driving in a flash flood last night, and some of our little local roads were shut down. But where we are, once the rain stops, the water typically is receding pretty quickly. Thanks for checking on the mister. We love the show, and he's determined to help you guys make it. Have a huge success. Love it. Keep it up. The missus. Thank you, Gail. Appreciate you writing in. Glad you guys are okay.
Yes, absolutely. Sorry, Jay. He's walking out the door. He took your advice.
Yeah, see ya.
He's going to shuffle off for a few days, I suppose. If you want to stay longer, just let us know.
Hold on. You're taking a company Red Bull with you. I see what you're doing here. Can you please leave that in the refrigerator?
This doesn't
Son of a
bode well.
bitch. Later,
See ya, E.
later, son of a bitch.
Have fun.
Travis writes in, Dear King, cult leader, who the fuck is Mickey, asshole, and stinksing 32-year-old panoose choking, cum guzzling, tantrum throwing, Nana abusing comic wannabe.
Oh, okay.
He left the door open. Just of course, fucking wide.
Dude, last night I almost left because you leave, and I just assume you're the last one out the door sometimes when you and he walk out together.
Yeah.
I go out there, and the door's wide open again.
Wasn't me, dude.
No, obviously it wasn't you. Clearly, I put that together almost immediately when I see it. It's like, I almost just went upstairs. Beth was here. The Poos was here. And so it's like,
door open,
Jay's got
lights on.
Yeah.
What a retard.
It's unbelievable.
It is. Hello. Been some time since I've written in, says Travis, just wanted to drop some images on you. Thanks, Jay, for the high-res TDC shield pic. Check this out, dude. It's got the TDC shield on his tailgate.
Wow.
Very cool.
That's awesome. And it's a Ford, too.
Yeah. Let's check out the other one. I think that's our official kayak, I'd have to say. It's got his kayak decked out with the new logo and the TDC
That's
shield.
That's awesome. Who sent that?
Travis.
Very cool.
I also wanted to let you know that the show has ruined nighttime pops on the porch while looking up at the sky. I chuckle and my fiance, he's unfianced. Why did he have to tell us that? Why didn't he say his girlfriend?
Wasn't necessary, but
he wants us to know that he's happy. Oh, they're so happy.
Yeah.
Those two, they're so in love. So in love. She says to him, don't do it, but of course I must. I wonder if. So to beat a dead horse, Eric, get it together.
Can you
bub.
just once look up at the moon and go, yes, I'm looking at the moon too tonight.
I freaking looked at the moon last night on my way home.
Did you?
And thought that. I'm looking at the moon. I am right now looking at the moon. To beat a dead horse, says Travis. Eric, get it together, bub. If you want to fuckface your way through life, go for it. But know the repercussions. You wouldn't have much of shit if it weren't for Walters. You're throwing that tantrum last week made 2 listeners I know tune out. So this is who I'm referring to right here. Don't fuck this up for all involved in the show. Your crew, yourself, all of the dedicated money-giving listeners, your sponsors, and especially Mike.
And Jay. More so Jay.
God damn it, I like you. Quit ragging. The crown has spoken. The crown has spoken! It was right there.
People do realize there's a much better chance of Jay giving up on this thing than me. That's just the fact of it. If he's gonna push anyone out the door, it's probably gonna be Jay before me.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
Yeah.
P.S. Good keeping your homosexual demon suppressed with some vagine last weekend. Homosexual demon. Cameron writes in, the king, the cowardly boyfriend, and the guy with that hair on the top of his head.
I don't like my new tag title.
Well, dude, you are what your actions portray you as, right?
I suppose, but
the whole coward thing,
it wasn't that I was scared of anyone. It was just that
too lazy to help.
Not too lazy to help. I was just uncomfortable. I don't like that. You guys got this.
Confrontation.
You guys got this. Work this thing out. It's good.
Listening to 349 and hearing you guys talking about playing on swings, I think we were talking about the dead kid who was being pushed in the swings. I think his wrists were zip tied to the swings. And,
well, you were saying they should be zip tied if you were going to do that, and I thought super glue would be a better option.
So then we went into how we played on swings and make you dizzy and shit.
Yeah.
He says it brought me back to an unfortunate event that happened to me on a swing. Myself and a large group of friends had been playing some football in a park one afternoon. Then afterwards decided to hang out at the playground and act like a bunch of assholes. We've all been there, right?
Totally.
We were all in our teens at the time, had no business being at the playground, but nobody else was around, so it seemed harmless. Myself and two very good friends decided to use the swings, and as teenage male bravado would dictate, soon became a contest of one-upsmanship.
Yeah.
Started with who could swing faster, then higher, then eventually became the challenge of who could jump furthest. I've always been on the heavy side of life and not naturally gifted in any form of athletic prowess.
No. This is going to be bad.
So it was some task for me to keep up with these guys, but I was determined to put these dudes in their place. Leaning way back and pumping my legs, working my way higher and faster on the swing. It felt right. It was time.
Oh, no.
As I'm sure everyone who has even jumped off a swing is aware, or ever jumped off, they're aware that on the forward swing, you have to bring your arms and shoulders at the front of the swing through the chain so you can leap without getting hung up on the chains. It's the point of no return.
Yeah.
We all know it well.
Absolutely.
Once your arms and shoulders are forward, there's no turning back. I was at that point. It was also at this point on my forward swing, free of any grip, that another friend, a 15-year-old, 5'2", 90-pound young lady, unknowingly stopped and stood roughly where I was going to land.
Oh, no.
I had to make a split-second decision, attempt to abort the jump or absolutely destroy my friend.
I think you go destroy.
He attempted to abort, man. Cameron.
Wow.
That's very altruistic of you.
I think once you've made the call, you got to follow through.
I would have taken her out.
Yeah.
I somehow managed to remain seated on the swing, now traveling backward, doing everything I could to try to grab a hold of the chains again, but to no avail. So picture that. You've got your arms ahead.
I imagine you're
fucking flying, right?
Yeah.
Just you've pumped as hard as you can. You've got your arms in front of those chains, dude.
Well, when
you're on the backswing, then
when you get high enough on those, you get to that point where the chain lags a little bit,
dude,
and it like clicks back into place before it goes back down. You know that place.
It's a
You're
scary
really
feeling.
getting up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
As the swing began to move forward again, I found myself looking straight at the ground. I was no longer seated in the swing at all. The next thing I know, I hit the ground, face plant in the grass, completely upside down. When I stood up, I had to spit chunks of sod out of my mouth, and there was blood everywhere. First, I thought I knocked a couple teeth out, but it turned out I'd broken my nose.
Ooh.
Now, one of my friends offered to help or see if I was all right. Instead, there's about 20 people laughing their asses off at me. If this happened today, they'd be filming you in portrait.
Absolutely.
You know that.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair, even I thought the whole thing was funny and would have done the same. As I arrived home, I went to the bathroom to use the mirror and check on the damage. My fucking nose was shoved so far. It was over so far. It was under my left eye. I know how that feels.
Yes, you do. I remember what it looked like.
Next day, I went to the doctor who set up surgery to have my nose reset. After that procedure was done, I had the worst pain of all when I sneezed on the drive home.
Oh, no.
God.
You wouldn't think you'd be able to get any air in to be able to sneeze out.
Right. Oh, dude.
Did you ever sneeze? Do you remember?
I don't remember that being an issue. And I had the surgery after, too. So I had the initial setting, and then it, months later, I had the surgery.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it was casted.
That was awesome. Didn't we sign it?
Yeah.
We signed your nose cast
on my nose. Steven writes in, you finally made it in stand-up, Big E, and I wish he was here to hear this, but I'm sure he'll listen. You got your first comedy groupie. Some things you should know about your foray into the seedy underworld of post-set coitus. Comedy groupies, number one, are the best sex you'll ever have. That's because they're not only batshit insane, but they also have little to no self-esteem, standards, or limits. Need a toilet? Comedy groupie is there with an open mouth.
Nice. That's good to know.
Well put, Steven. Number two, she walked away with a fellow comedian. If she didn't bang him over a nasty hellhole comedy club toilet, she blew him in the coat room.
Yeah.
Hope you plied her with enough alcohol to sterilize that mouth, because she, at the very least, took a mouthful of seed before returning to you. Good point, Steven.
I don't know that he would care.
I'm not sure he would either. He's probably very familiar with that taste.
Absolutely. He did say recently that he'd be willing to, for, I don't know, $5, was it?
Something like that.
Like to eat a teaspoon or something. Yeah, it was a nominal fee.
Fuck you guys.
They were like throwing it out there, like, what would it take? You're like, I don't know, deep into the 10 figures.
Yeah.
And he's like, at the same time, we're spitting out, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 figures. He's like,
$500. I do it for $250.
Of
Number
course you
3,
would.
comedy groupies are generally considered to ride the fine line between crack whore and rest stop glory hole attendant. Damn. It's good that you carry protection with you, but may I suggest you upgrade to a full-blown hazmat suit before you make it to the well-ridden comedy whores of the big cities. Good luck and goodbye, BUI. P.S. Fuck that other guy who wrote in about pursuing an art degree, says Steven. So
All
we've
right.
got a little listener on listener.
I'd love to know what Steven's background is to know all this information. Was he a successful road-worn comic at some point?
It
That
does lend you to believe that, doesn't it?
yeah,
Or at least
I
he
mean-
was in a band or something where he was getting some of that.
yeah, that could be.
I don't know. Write in, Steven. Let us
Yeah.
know. Dave writes in, most honorable dudes, and E, a word of advice. You most definitely want to take care of your vehicular ownership transaction at the Secretary of State. I had a terrible experience with the first car I sold. So this dovetails with yesterday's story.
Yep.
And, you know, I think the wisdom of Beth in what she did with her recent sale, her auto
Yeah.
sale. He sold his first car without the help of my dad, who knew more about this kind of thing. About 4 months after I sold the car, I got a court summons from the city of Detroit citing vehicle abandonment, operating a vehicle repair shop in a residential zone, and rat harborage.
Are you serious?
A citation of over $1,000. Basically, the kid I sold the car to turned around and sold it without taking it to the Secretary of State like he said he would. The car was apparently stripped and put up on blocks outside of someone's house in Detroit. Since my name was still on the title, they came after me. Luckily, I had copied the kid's driver's license and had that information with me. I tried getting in touch with the detective who issued the summons, but to no avail. I ended up going to the court hearing date with a lawyer. In court, the judge gave his speech about the proceeding, which included, if you're going to come up here to stand and say something to shoot yourself in the foot, I will throw the book at you. Well, when I was called up, my lawyer requested to approach the bench, talk to the judge and the detective, and the detective agreed to take the information I had regarding the sale and dismiss the case against me. Moral of the story, go to the Secretary of State to make sure the ownership is transferred. The crowd has spoken! Order!
Thank you.
Save the desk.
What is the deal with the whole approach? May I approach the bench, Your Honor? Why do you guys do that?
It's so that
Why the secrets
yeah.
in a public forum?
Well, that's done in a trial so the jury doesn't hear it.
Oh, okay. But they don't have to worry about it in a case like that. And I've had similar cases where I've gone to court with a lawyer over a urinating in public or a speeding ticket. And it's Your Honor, may I approach the bench? And they've done that. I've had my attorney go backstage with the judge and then come out high-fiving each other like, get out of here, you knucklehead, and send me on my way.
Yeah, I think a lot of times the judge doesn't necessarily want shit on the record. He just wants to deal with it probably in a quicker fashion and just come to an agreement. And then, okay, let's go back on the record, put the agreement on the record.
Oh, okay.
That happens a lot.
That makes sense. Any more emails?
Let's save the rest for Monday, Mike.
Yeah, it's
You
just going to be
believe,
you
dude,
and I.
We just blew through a freaking week, man.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Done. We should do that more often.
3-day weeks.
Yeah. And E is gone. I don't know. It's felt good the last 10, 15 minutes. I don't know what it is, but
it's a good vibe, man.
yeah, this is a much better vibe than we're used to. So anyway,
Smells better in here.
Mhm.
Sounds better in here.
yeah, it looks much better in here. It's not stinking so much. Yeah, this is great news. Hopefully we can keep that vibe going on for Monday's show.
You got it, man.
Yeah. Well, let's do it. Have a great weekend. You doing anything special?
Shit, man.
Lance Academy East up to anything fun?
Oh, dude, lots of work on that. I've
Yeah.
got a lot going on with that.
Okay.
It's hard.
Follow him on Facebook.
Yeah, follow us on Facebook, Instagram as well. Our Detroit Cast Instagram. Are we done with that 400? Did we?
No,
reach
we're
400?
close.
Okay,
we're close to 400.
so yeah, get us to 400. We know that's not a lot, relatively speaking, but we're just trying to get the Instagram going right now. So like us or follow us on Instagram and hashtag the Detroit Cast 400.
Yep.
Share us. Ask your friends to follow us, and 5 winners will be chosen at random once we hit 400. Be given the cool Detroit Cast mug.
Yeah, which is we love the mug.
Yeah,
it's very cool. So with that, we'll call it a week there. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll do it all again on Monday. We'll see you then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen to God.